I'm so ready, man. This is where Haikyuu starts right here. That's how I view it.
We got season 1 of Vinland. That was the prequel.
It's like the prologue. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae, the first today portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. Today we are back with season 1, episode 25, the finale of Haikyuu.
The match has ended. Karasuno has lost. We are sad. Everybody's sad. Had a big feast at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
We all crying, letting the emotions out after what just happened, what transpired in the game. The boys fought hard, very hard. They washed one team. They spun back and got their redemption against another team that eliminated them 3 months prior. And they went to a deuce against a team that's top 4 in the prefecture. So yeah, they did a great job, but they just weren't good enough at the time. But shout out to the boys.
They put their best foot forward for that match. And yes, they made some mistakes, but so did Aoba Joshai. And in a margin that is razor thin as the one between those two schools, honestly, it just came down to 1 point. 1 point, a little bit of extra endurance from one spiker, that being Kageyama's old teammate, was the deciding factor. He was just able to get off a final spike. It got blocked a couple times, but then we went back and forth. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't your day this time. But next time, I think you guys, with the incoming class of freshmen, of course, will see your light of day in terms of making it to nationals.
So that being said, you ready to hop into this episode?
Yes, I am. So without any further delay, guys, let's get into season 1, episode 25 of Haikyuu, right about now.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
Yeah, let's work on that move. Whatever that move was, let's
jump
work
is
on that
crazy.
one. It's like a fadeaway jumper.
Yeah. Look at Suki looking out the window.
All right, main character. Oh, and she's a third year too. Oh, I didn't realize in the moment he closed his eyes.
Yep, he did.
He reverted back to his initial. Oh,
you know what's funny too when you say that? I thought about that with Kageyama at one point when he had that look on his face when he seen his friend going crazy on the other side of the court. Towards the end of the match. I was like, that's kind of like how he was looking Oikawa back in junior high. Like he was just kind of reverted to like just a blank canvas of a player in a way.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This opening, it just makes me sad now.
Yeah.
I am no longer going to scream, "Oh yeah," when it comes on. I was like, "Oh no!" Dun, 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 dun. Oh no! All right, where do we go from here?
My dear little Ushiwa.
God damn, he's got a grown man voice too.
That's like when characters in the battle shonen are like about to clash somewhere in the world, like Blackbeard and Ace or some shit. Oh, there's a lot of windows right there. What if I just ran and jumped out?
Stop. Intrusive thoughts won that day.
See you, Inoshita. Hey, crows.
Crows?
What is those delinquents? Like, you boys are 17 years old, 18 years old, talking
No,
about
Daichi, you are thinking literally the opposite. If there's another chance for you to make it to nationals, do it. Obviously not. Did you see him twitch? But why would the Date Tech seniors not want another chance?
It's different. I think it's because, honestly, those seniors, especially from what I've seen in that match, they weren't really...
I know they said they weren't like the best of Date Tech had to offer for their class. I want to play
think they're not as
volleyball.
passionate, you know. It's just different for everybody. I just don't think they're as passionate as like Daichi.
Okay, please be second years or first years like above or below them on the staircase. Thank you. Well, close enough.
Yeah. We'll have to end it and you guys have to play another sport and then the series changed from Haikyuu to a different series.
You know what? We lost all of our funding. What I am kind of feeling really emotional about that scene specifically is going back to when Hinata had no one to play with. And he was by himself, setting for himself.
Yep. Shit, and Kageyama in a way too. You lost again.
By himself.
Your boys are on
moody,
the other side of the court.
Broody.
And it kind of felt like that too. Like your boys they didn't rock with you back then, and now they beat you. Yamaguchi, he's the one that lost the game though. No, I'm just
Oh. What was your experience back in high school?
But they can't do what I can do or try to do. Look at it like that. I might not be able to do everything else that everybody else can do, but can they do what I can do? Are they even willing to do what I can do? That's how I look at it, and that's how I psych myself up, get myself hyped up, and practice hard.
Huh. Some of the second years did.
I would say so. Basically, he was like the NPC back then.
And there's something so validating about that. Seeing the success go from training to a match. You get addicted to success.
You're annoying.
Bro, you're his friend.
Yeah, I was say, really? Is he your friend? The only person you really talk to? Are you gonna say he's annoying? Yeah. So that's the thing.
It's like, do you pursue like the college entrance exams likely?
Yeah,
Because it's going to be so much on their plate. There you go. You know what? This is perfect writing. Oh, Suga!
Suga be real goated, man. Like he just knows what to say at the right time. He knows how to respond to anything. He knows what kind of advice to give to people. I think they can. I mean, if they've been maintaining their grades while they're training and playing, and
it's also a balancing technique with the advisors. Do you tell them to hang it up, or do you give them a little bit of false hope that they can continue playing just another match?
Sakamoto Days. Ukai Days.
Also, I forgot to mention it. Their coach is actually a goat because he knew exactly when to step in and when to allow the players to hold their own meetings.
Because sometimes when Oikawa will already get it, he'll take the initiative and kind of finish off what he was going to say. And then there's times where he literally jumped in and was like, nope. He said, we got to dead that broad jump.
Oh my God. He's a lefty?
I like that he caught that.
Or he's just ambidextrous and a badass. Either one. Unstoppable force? Yeah. Did they lose too?
See, the really good players are the ones that have that in mind. That's all they talk about. Hinata said the same thing.
And I think that's what Nekomata said too. The coach for Nekoma.
Yep. See, the goated players and the goated coaches are the ones who say that same thing. That's so cool because that's the same thing. You know when people say like the Mamba mentality in basketball? The people who know, they know. They have that killer instinct and they get it.
That's not something often you can teach. Either you have it or you don't.
I know it's obvious in volleyball, but really, don't let that shit touch the ground or else it is game over. This is a really great episode to end the season, by the way.
Surprisingly, yes, because it's both a continuation and something fresh. It's a new start, but it's also recognizing that we have some wounds.
That boy Ushiwaka, though. God damn. Okay, Shaquille O'Neal. Shit. And shout out to Kyoko. She keeps going, too.
Oh, yeah.
She's not even a player. I mean, obviously she's doing, what she's doing in her job. But, like especially for her, though, is what I mean.
And one thing about Japan that I think a lot of Western viewers of this show don't know is there are levels to colleges to where if you don't get a good enough entrance exam score, you will literally not be accepted. It's not necessarily like applying to a college and them accepting your money, but it's also how well you do on a standardized test format. All right, do it again. Keep going.
And once again, this feels like episode 2 and episode 1.
Well, no. They get to play at least one more. Not multiple.
Well, He's not wrong. Well, I mean, okay. Yes and no.
Bro, he's just doing laps.
Bro.
What are you doing? That is a second floor. Okay, MC. Like, that's dangerous. Please get down. Safely.
Hey, get all that out, guys. Come on, boys. Get it all out.
There you go. Also, Kageyama's VA, underappreciated how well he's done this season.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'd say he's probably... He might have been my overall favorite in terms of, like, yeah, I'll probably say so. He's done a lot of different types of work this season.
And that's saying something because his body of work. Oh, maybe the third years at Date Tech, they're more focused. Focus. Why would you stay like that? Okay,
Right.
it's fine. What I was going to say is maybe Date Tech is more of an academic school.
That's a good point. I don't think I ever thought about that.
Thank you.
Man, from the very small spoilers that I got for like in-game stuff, that's
One Piece.
Yo,
Okay, so at least he did come back.
all the different.
Bro,
friend
they
groups
got
coming
dirt
in.
on their... Cannot.
We just need 3 more. 3 more.
Oi.
Unfortunately,
They died. Welcome back, my boys.
no, they're just running here to tell them that we're not going.
No, these are actually ghosts. Cool. Look at Kageyama in the back, just shaking.
It's just know how good that may feel for them too, for the underclassmen.
Yeah.
Once again, I love this episode for this to be the final episode of the season. I love this a lot.
For you to have
We don't
it
necessarily need to
100%
start the next one sad.
of your third years come back, that just shows how much they're committed to the team.
Even Kyoko, once again.
Even
Shout out to
Kyoko.
her, man. Because she absolutely does not need you. I'm so ready, man. This is where Haikyuu starts right here. That's how I view it.
We got the season 1 of Vinland. That was the prequel.
It's like the prologue.
Imagine he wins nationals and comes back for the spring. It's like, dude, retire already.
Get your ass out of here, man.
Go get a
One,
job.
you're already 35 years old and going back to high school.
Enter the
again for
workforce.
15th time. What's he doing?
じゃあとりあえずここは首相に一発気合い入れてもらおうか。オレンジコート
The
だ。
orange court and top.
Oh.
もう一度あそこへ行く。
Yes, sir.
I cannot play there. Like,
I'll give it a
just
shot.
the sense of
I'll give it a
direction
shot.
and like just the atmosphere, boy, man.
Just
If I was
sub me out like
Yamaguchi or
Kageyama if I
GG's.
keep messing up.
Ooh, hey, Date.
There you go.
Hey, Nekoma. Hey, guys. We
Delayed
see y'all.
jump.
Let's run some matches back. Let's see some new
Get
teams.
some more
and go
practice
crazy.
matches.
And maybe Japan looks at it like, well, maybe there's like more exhibitions and practice matches that you can set up for yourself. So
Yeah.
it's like, even though I still agree with you about the tournament, like, damn, man, like no regular.
That is
tournament.
ruthless.
Maybe that's how they look at it. In terms for like us watching this though, I love that. That's stakes like crazy, and obviously in real life too. But like,
Oh, you think you're special? You think you're special? But also, now that they've had their first, not only taste of defeat, but also this first experience playing with one another, it's going to be so much easier to get over all of those hiccups that we had the first time playing together. Because this was the first tournament they'd ever been. Oh, end of the. Oh, well done. I'd clap if I had 2 hands, but
man, that is season 1.
that was wonderful. Honestly, it feels like we've been with this characters longer than 25 episodes.
And I'm glad that we still have so much more. You know, like, oh man,
We're only about less than a third through the series.
bro, Nekoma, I cannot wait for that movie, man. Oh my god, Fly. Oh,
Nice.
Kyoko, you too. We barely ever see you smile. You just have like an innocent face.
I'm looking forward to more from her because, like you said, she is staying on as a water girl, essentially. It feels disrespectful to call her that, but she's not really an advisor.
She's like the manager, pretty much.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I know Take is like the, but yeah, that was season 1. This episode, once again, was perfect. I felt like I personally liked this a lot because I didn't want to, like, lose last episode, be sad. And then the first episode of season 2 was like, we're still trying to get everything back together and work through that. I like this one. It gives us hope, even though the stakes are going to just get higher and higher from here on out anyway. But it's good to see this because we need to see them get themselves back up. As Take literally said, get back on your feet. We're going to start again. They had the mill, got them back going, and they're in school. Third years are staying. Kyoko's staying. So we're good. Everybody looks engaged. Even Yamaguchi out there in practice looking good, not hesitating, not being nervous, not looking trash, like everybody's looking good. I didn't mean to single them out, but like that's just grading it. The team right now, their spirits are really high.
And
except for Suki.
I will also mention that knowing the pain of defeat makes victory that much sweeter. So assuming that we can win the next preliminary tournament in the spring, just knowing that we would be able to go to nationals with our third years for like the second time in school history, and knowing that all this hard work that you've put into, because I have to commend again the third years for staying on and not retiring, especially Suga, because he's not guaranteed any significant playing time. Because Kageyama, that was a impactful lesson that he had versus Aoba Josai. He had to be taken out and reminded what it's like to be on the sidelines or on the bench as opposed to being on the court. So unless there's like a dramatic kind of like reversion back to the norm for Kageyama and his PTSD from his junior high days, likely the only time he would be taken out is if he's super fatigued or if he gets injured. So for Suga to choose to stay on as the vice captain, that means something. And he was able to somewhat talk into Daichi staying on the team as well. Obviously, Asahi wants to play more because he's already seen what it's like in his life when he's not playing volleyball. So he's like, of course, I'll give it another tournament run. But for them, all three of them to come back, this taste of victory that we're, I'm guessing, going to get, at least we're going to go to nationals, it's going to be so sweet because we'll probably play Aoba Josai again, or we might play Shiratorizawa. And that upset, if you thought the Date Tech win was impressive, ooh, child. Look out for the newspapers. They will actually get their shine on TV this time if they're able to take out that powerhouse.
That was so foul, bro. Oh my god.
Bro,
Was,
they didn't
like,
even
really...
show us. Come on.
Like, yeah, they won and didn't even show us. Like, what?
And then you gave our opponent an interview. What do you think of them?
Bruh, that's
disrespectful.
So like, come on, man. Nah, Suga, he's like, okay, if I can't get on the court, I'm just gonna, you know what, Yamaguchi, no, I got this. I'm doing the serves. Nope, sit down. Senior, I'm a senior. Sit
Oh,
down.
Lord.
Sit down, kid. The stay back, the Yohaba to Juga meme. Like, wait.
Hand on the shoulder.
Let them cook. Let 'em cook. But yeah, I like what you were saying about like literally like in life in general, when it comes to losing, the most successful people or the people who win the biggest are the ones who's also experienced loss.
Yep.
If you're undefeated, if you never lost in your life, you don't know what it feels like. And once again, I'm gonna relate it back because I kind of half jokingly brought up Naruto and Sasuke.
Sure.
Like Sasuke lost everything. Like I'm not a Sasuke fan, so this is a testament. Like okay, I appreciate that for the writing. But like Sasuke, he lost everything. He had everything and lost everything. Naruto never had anything in the beginning. So like I don't want to compare, but like honestly, I can understand and kind of internalize Sasuke's perspective of like losing everything and gaining something back in the long run. For one, it's gonna take a long time or a lot of work to get back on top. And two, you know what it feels like. You know that experience, you know the impact, how it's impacting your life, good or bad. That's something that's crazy. Even in sports, the best ever had to have lost. Yes, there are Floyd Mayweathers out there, and a lot of people don't think that he is the best boxer because, and honestly, I feel that way too because not that the competition just wasn't as good. I mean, there's times where people felt like he probably should have lost, but like I don't think of him as the GOAT personally, because I feel like the ones who are the GOATs are the one who actually has lost, has at least faced that, at least got really close up against the ropes to lose, and they came back on. Like, that's what it takes to win and actually appreciate winning and success. To really appreciate something like that, you have to start out low. Same thing about like when people who are either born rich or become rich.
Yep.
The people who become rich, they can appreciate the value of a dollar way more than the person who's born that way, because they knew what it was to not have that, to struggle. So once you build that up and finally have something, and I know that's kind of the opposite of the Sasuke and Naruto thing, but impact wise, it's kind of similar in terms of like being at your lowest. You need to, in order to get a big win, you need to be at your lowest at some point in time. At least I feel that way. You know, some people might think you can be very successful without losing ever, but I think you appreciate whatever it is, the sport, job, whatever it is that you're working on, you can appreciate it more when you experience that side of it, of actual loss. So that's one thing about Haikyuu too, and with this episode and the last episode, that it was perfect writing from Furudate. It's probably one of my favorite in the season alone was this, the loss and the comeback. That's what it's all about. And they've been through it before. 3 months ago with Date Tech, you got new players, came back, beat them, and we're going to keep doing that. There's always going to be a setback for a major comeback. That's what it always is about. I know that was pretty long, but I just wanted to say that.
One of my favorite phrases, and I think it's been somewhat bastardized by the people who use it, is heart of a champion. And again, to make another boxing analogy, Rocky Balboa in the Rocky movies once said, it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and get back up. So that heart of a champion mentality, they recognize these third years that what they're attempting to do, it's still a long shot, but they have that internal resolve, that heart of a champion, to get back out there after suffering this defeat. Like, you guys were 2 points away from making it to the next round, and if you were good enough to beat Aoba Josai, you might have been good enough to defeat the next team. And then based on matchups, you might have beat Shiro Torizawa and went all the way. So it's always the what if you had just gotten that one extra point. And again, shout out to Yamaguchi in this chapter, because I forget the guy's name, his coach, let's just say, from the market. He told him, was it fun? You finally got to play. Was it fun? He's like, no, it wasn't fun. But then it flashed back to when that guy was being coached by the senior Ukai. He was telling him, only the strong get to experience that sense of victory, that sense of joy. So you have to hone your craft. You have to get better at what you do. And we never circled back to it because it got to the deuce point. But the next time that Yamaguchi steps up, he's not going to have the same level of nerves. Even if it is in a heightened environment, if they are, maybe let's just say in the finals of the prelims, and that's when he gets to play again. Or if he gets a chance to actually play on the court, have receiving, have setting, have spiking, you never know. So again, it's getting back up after you've been let down, even by yourself, potentially, that I love about sports. And obviously this is almost a 36-minute conversation that I've had with Vante here today. We both love sports, and the best stories, in my opinion, are about those who have overcome adversity. It's not about just simply going undefeated, winning every game. Like, that's impressive in its own right, but for you to maybe be upset by someone and then the next year come back, win it all. I love this series. It has gone to a full solid A, and we are only in season 1. So,
man,
top 5 potential.
I can tell you right
top
now,
5 potential.
It's going to get higher than an A. Like, it's yeah, it's like it's like this season.
Fair.
I can say this now is the bottom, not in a
Shut
bad
up.
way at all.
I believe you.
yeah,
It's just I
it's-
don't believe you.
It's kind of like, you know, how we always talk about a lot of series, like, oh, you know what? Season 1 was okay, but the next ones, oh, man. Like we always say, like Demon Slayer, for example, it's got better and better, essentially. And a lot of other series are like that, too. But, yeah. And this is a damn good first season. This is probably one of the best first seasons of anime that we've probably watched on this channel.
I loved it.
I know most stuff we kind of jumped into afterwards, but even with that being said, still, even for those series, I'll say is up there personally. You guys know the drill, man. We got lots and lots of Haikyuu content. We're gonna be throwing these out all the way until like March-ish, around March. just about.
Long journey.
In terms of uploads and sessions and all that. So stay tuned for that and a bunch of other content on the channel that's live action, anime, manga, all that. But Undead Unluck, we finished that at the time that this video is uploaded. So if you guys want to go watch different VODs of our reactions to that, go ahead. We got Dandadan every Sundays, and we're going to try to squeeze them into Tuesdays as well. We're going to switch the schedule up from Thursdays to Sundays/Tuesdays. Much more. I don't want to go on forever, but we really appreciate you guys. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream, and peace.